Ladies and gentlemen, the baddest man on the planet is back. I am, of course, not talking about Mike Tyson, Alexander Usyk, or anyone like that.
I'm Phil.
I am talking about the UFC's heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall. We know that he dropped off for a little while. We know he got poked in the eye back in Abu Dhabi. We know that he couldn't fight for a while. And we know that he had to have some operations and procedures. And it is absolutely ridiculous and sad and unfortunate what he's had to go through. But apparently, according to all sources, and certainly the Instagram that I saw on Tom Aspinall's channel, he's back. Okay, he said, there he is in front of a private jet, and he puts the tweet or the comment, back to business. Okay, that would assume a pretty good indication that he's coming back to fight. Unless he's messing everyone around, then it's just like a little business trip down to London, right, to see a sponsor or something like that. If I look at that, though, you got to think Tom Aspinall's coming back, right? He did get poked in the eye, but he is the heavyweight champion of the world. And people forget, they're very quick to forget that he is the best finisher in all of mixed martial arts right now, okay? Don't tell me that this man is too scared to fight and he's never going to come back. And according to that post, that time is now. No doubt he has been on to the UFC. He isn't thinking about boxing like his good friend Rico Verhoeven, who I just saw a video with him. He's fighting Alexander Usyk, which is crazy. Apparently, Jason Statham set the fight up for him.
Remember, it is his idea.
Apparently, they offered him Anthony Joshua first, and then in the end, they settled on the undisputed champion of the world, Rico Verhoeven versus Alexander Usyk. That's a sick fight. Rico is the man. He's a great human being, an incredible kickboxer, one of the best that this generation's ever seen, and I wish him nothing but success and luck in that fight. However, we're talking about Tom Aspinall. Now, whilst Tom's been away, every Tom, Dick and Harry all over the world has been talking shit. We know that, okay? But that's what they do on the internet. That's what people do. And apparently he did have serious injuries. He did have Brown syndrome. He has had some complications. He's been through them, and one would assume now he's coming back. Now, there has been some developments in the heavyweight division, because you probably saw last week, Alex Pereira has vacated the light heavyweight belt. Carlos Ulberg will be taking on Yuri Prochazka in Miami at UFC 327 for the vacant light heavyweight strap. So now that means there's a lot of options here. Now, I've talked about it till the cows come home that Jon Jones is probably going to fight Alex Pereira. That no doubt is going to go down at the White House. By the time this video has been sent to my editor in Scotland and then made it to the airwaves, right, that fight might have been announced, because Dana White is announcing all 6 fights which happen this week.
I'll announce the whole card this week. The card's done. Yeah, the card's done.
There's a press conference tomorrow. I'm assuming it'll happen then, or maybe on an Instagram live on Friday, okay? 6 fights. I guarantee one of those is Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. I guarantee Conor McGregor is not involved.
Where the f*** is everyone?
I think he's going to be on International Fight Week. Not against Carlos Praches. You might have saw that. Apparently, Carlos Praches was trying to get that fight. Apparently, there were some conversations. And Carlos Praches called Conor McGregor a chicken. Not me.
Hurt him bad. I would knock him out.
To be fair, Conor is nowhere near the size of Carlos Praches, right? What other fights are going to be on at the White House? I don't know, right? I am on the edge of my seat waiting to find out, just like you guys. But Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira, I do believe will be one of them. Now, that does create a weird situation, because think about it. Jon Jones apparently was offered $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall, thought that it wasn't worth his time, stepped away from the sport, he retired.
I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
And then the White House starts getting talked about, that all of a sudden he's out of retirement.
Be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
Next minute he's flying around Thailand, sniffing people's hair, living his best life, right? Then he's talking about how his hips are so riddled with arthritis that he can't fight.
I have severe arthritis, and most people don't know that.
But Jon Jones is a master of many things, not just mixed martial arts, okay? Promotion, keeping people waiting on your every single word, right? I think all that talk about the hip was just a red herring to throw people off, to get people going, well, he really is He really is getting old, and he's almost 40 now, and the man's been fighting in the UFC forever. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he's got arthritis. That doesn't surprise me. I'm sure his hip is riddled in arthritis. My body is absolutely destroyed, okay? Right? And Jon Jones has been doing nothing but 5-round fights and pretty much exclusively title fights, one after the other. So I'm sure there's a lot of arthritis, but I'm sure there's a few miles left on the clock. So he's going to be fighting Alex Pereira, right? And Tom Aspinall is going to fight, you would think, Ciryl Gane. Remember, that fight was very close between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane, but it was only the first round. There is 5 rounds in a championship fight. Neither man was particularly hurt too bad. Yes, Tom Aspinall did have his nose all kind of bust up, and yes, early he couldn't take him down. But when people start to get tired, that's when you start to make mistakes, and that's when the fresher guy starts to capitalize on those mistakes, and then you take over the fight. Or if you're Tom Aspinall, you land one of those massive right hands or a big left hook, and you put him down and put him to sleep, okay? So you got to think that there's a kind of a semi-final kind of tournament going on right now, because Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane, of course, that will be for the undisputed champion. Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones, that's going to be the people's heavyweight champ, okay? So you're going to end up with 2 champs once again, right? Tom Aspinall or Ciryl Gane, if and when he comes back. I would guess they do that at International Fight Week. We're already in March. Where is 2026 going? It's absolutely insane. The time is flying by. But he needs 2 months. One would assume Ciryl Gane will want 2 months. They're big men. They're going to want to get in shape again. And it's crazy that I'm saying that this fight's going to go down in July, right? Which is what? 9 months after the first fight. I thought they would run it back very, very quickly. And in like 6 weeks, maybe the end of the year card in Las Vegas in December, they would have had that fight. But it's not. I think it'll be International Fight Week. It's a big, big fight. There's a lot of attention, a lot of scrutiny, a lot of haters. And Tom Aspinall's going to be under a lot of pressure, because if he was to lose this fight, all these little dickheads on Twitter and Instagram and all these people that leave negative comments, they're going to feel validated in their opinions, right? Number one, if you're the type of person that's out there writing that kind of shit, please get a hold of yourself. What is going on in your life? I posted something yesterday. In the end, I deleted this, by the way, because it kind of gave him what he wanted. I posted, because I got a movie coming out later this year called Atlas King, and I just shared a Deadline article about it on Twitter, and someone was like, yeah, Bill, the biggest load of shit that no one else is going to watch. And I was like, what a miserable, sad, pathetic life you must live, right? And it must be. That's how you're passing your time, to go on and shit on other people's accomplishments, while this guy probably had 7 followers living in his mum's basement, right? I deleted the tweet because it kind of gives him what he wants, but you get what I'm saying. So Tom Aspinall is going to be under a lot of pressure. And then, if my assumptions are correct, and Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira does go down, and it is at the White House, and it's at the top of the bill, right? That fight's going on at heavyweight. Whoever wins that will be the people's heavyweight champion, okay? And will have just been seen by hundreds of millions, right? Hundreds of millions of people are going to watch the White House card, if not a billion people. Don't tell me that anyone at home with a TV set, whether you're a UFC fan or not, you don't even know what UFC is, but you're flicking through it and you're like, hold on a minute, what's this? It's at the White House. There's an octagon. There's crowds and thousands of people everywhere, and they're fighting in 4-ounce gloves and beating the shit out of each other, while the most powerful man in the world, Donald Trump, is sitting right there. You're going to watch it, certainly for the main event. So whoever wins that fight, the people's champ fight, right? They're going to be the most well-known fighter perhaps on the planet, okay? And the opportunities for them when they win this fight are going to be second to none. Now, Jon Jones, will he stick around and try and unify the people's belt with the undisputed? We don't know. I can't be asked getting into that. Will Tom Aspinall even beat Ciryl Gane? Let me know about that. Will Alex Pereira shock the world and beat Jon Jones? That's a real factor to consider. I believe if that fight stays on the feet, that Alex Pereira would knock him out. But more than likely, just like he did to Ciryl Gane and just like he did to Stipe Miocic, right? Jon Jones is probably going to take him down and have his way. But that's the beauty of a mixed martial arts contest. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is written in stone. You cannot take anything for granted in this sport, right? Luke Rockhold learned that the hard way. 50 G's, baby.
Thanks, Luke.
So anyway, what do you think about all of that? Tom Aspinall, apparently he's back. Is he back? Is he messing us around? Will Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane, will they be considered the people's champion of the heavyweight division? And ultimately, when this is all said and done, this time next year, who will be the heavyweight champion of the world? Let me know in the comment section, please. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and ring the bell. I'm about to jump on a plane to Vegas, so lots of content coming your way for UFC 326. We got some members videos as well. If you haven't subscribed to the membership, you're missing out on some very funny exclusive content. So do yourself a favor. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye. All the best.